Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be creating a high-performing one-product store using GrooveKart. Well, this is something a lot of people were waiting for, this kind of training, because until now I was still in the testing stages of GrooveKart, but now today I can easily say that I believe I am fluent with it. So from now on, we'll be able to create more and more builds using it, and I'll be able to dive in and show you tips and tricks, what others are doing. Yeah, so as you may know, I am big on learning and testing things out. So whenever I want to create something, I just go out there and see what others are doing. This way, I also learn, and this is what I would like to teach you as well on how to do that. So find something that works and model it. Today, this is what we are going to be doing. We are going to be finding a store, or actually, I'll show you a store that I found, that I modeled, and I'll show you both how it looks like on their end and what is possible to actually create with GrooveKart. But when I'm actually learning, when I'm teaching myself how to do things, I go online and then see what others are creating using different platforms. As you may know, GrooveKart is one of the most customizable builders in the e-commerce industry. So you cannot create stores like with GrooveKart on other platforms, because GrooveKart allows you to customize each and every page and to be exactly as you want. Now we are still developing it, and this is still a very early stages of the platform, but you can already create something using it what other platforms took like years to develop. So that makes me super happy, and I believe you'll be happy too after you see what we create with it. So I can see already loads of people are joining in. So thank you guys for watching. Please just jump into the comment section and then just leave a comment. I'm here, I'm watching, ready to learn, just so that I see who is with us today. This will be an interesting topic. We will try to go a little bit faster than usual because I want to cram in a lot of things, and I want to do this not only a beginner's course, not only a training that people can learn from if they are completely just at the beginning journey on their store building process, but also for those that may have already built something with GrooveKart but are looking into ways to improve things. So let's just see who is with us. Varun, hey David, we're looking to create own store using GrooveKart. Awesome. Robert Desmond is here. I'm so glad I'm on here today. I vote David for an award, Groove Awards, if you will. Thank you very much. Bobby A, hello from Toronto, Canada. Lars is watching us from Bangkok. Rodney, hey mate, great to see you again. Awesome, it's good to see you as well. Marcia is watching us from St. Martin. Facebook user, hi David, looking forward to the training. So in case this is you, dear Facebook user, please head over to streamyard.com/Facebook. This way I will be able to see your name and your profile image when you're commenting, so I can answer your questions. Let's just go on. We have Bobby A. Thanks for the support, David. You rock. Thank you very much. Maxwell Graves is here. Gibenga, hi. I'm ready to learn. Awesome. I'm here from UK. Thank you very much. I don't see you as well. So in case you could just click on the link in the description of this video, it's streamyard.com/Facebook. It will allow me to actually see your name and the profile image. I love these trainings. Thank you very much. Susan Bailey, hi David, great topic. Need it now too. Awesome. Orlando Concepcion saying hi. Gary Butcher is watching us. Winanda's World saying hello. Mariel Mel Posel is watching us. Andrew from London. I'm actually on Facebook instead of YouTube today. No problem, Mel. You already approved your access to StreamYard, so wherever you are, I know that you're here with us. Can we connect GrooveMail to GrooveKart? Yes, you can do that using the embedded forms. Just saw this, just what I needed. You're very good, Benedict. It's 1 a.m. where I am, but this video is automatically bookmarked. Awesome. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will be having a Q&A session for this at the end of the session, at the end of the training. So make sure you please put a Q in front of your questions. So in case you have any questions, make sure you use Q dash and then you answer your question, what you would like to get answered. Yes, so what we are going to be doing at the beginning of this training is explaining what is design hacking. And design hacking is a very familiar term for some, because I was already talking about design hacking loads of times when I was teaching Groove pages. So in case you are familiar with design hacking, then this will be a refresher for you. In case you're not familiar with the term design hacking, this is taking something, and this is a design. So you take a design, hack it. And by hacking, I mean it, you take it apart and you see the components, how it is built, how it was created, and you try to model it and try to do something of your own. Okay, today we are not going to be doing that, but we are going to be modeling exactly the store that is already working, and we do this in order to test, to learn, and to just see the limits of the software. So design hacking is not a term that I like to say, because hacking sounds bad, like you're doing something bad. What we are actually doing is, I don't want to call it design hacking. So if I could, I would just cross this over here, design hacking. I don't like this word, but it is used in the world. So I just like, okay, let's do it. But what we are doing is modeling something that works with the tools that we have. Okay, so this is design hacking. Whenever I get a new software that is used to build something, like build pages, funnels, anything like that, even with Paint, even with Word, if Microsoft Word and things like this. So I was doing the same things. I took something that already exists and I tried to recreate it. And this is done just so that I myself am learning to use the actual platform. When Groove Pages came out, this is the first thing that I did. I took a page that is already available online and I recreated it exactly. And this is even my first video on the YouTube channel regarding Groove. So this is how I became the trainer that I am today, just by taking a page that is online, available online, recreating it in a tool like Groove Pages. Even GrooveKart can do it now, and just recording that process. I uploaded it, and this is how I got known as a trainer you see today. So this is what we are doing, and I highly encourage you to follow this process. You don't have to follow the page that we are going to be doing today, but just take any other page that you think is in the scope that you can recreate and try to do it. Like, this is how you will be testing out the bugs. This is how you will find workarounds. This is how you will see what is possible, what is not possible. And you will not be reliant on support on the community. You will know the answers yourself. And this is what I'm doing. And this is how I can answer a lot of your questions in here. So this is the shortest way. So design hacking is the shortest way to become self-sufficient, and on the first step to become the David Lemon that I am today. So in case you would like to learn more for yourself, just so that you're confident, design hacking is the way to go. Okay, so this is the design hacking, taking something and model it with the tools that you have. So the store we are going to be looking at today, and we are trying to recreate it, and I did it on my own just yesterday. It is a simple store, but it is a high-performing 7-figure dropshipping store with selling one product. Now, this person that created this store created loads of other stores, but this is what we are going to be doing today. Just having a look, breaking it apart, seeing how it works and what are the elements and the layout and things like that, and then recreating it in our own platform, which is GrooveKart. So I have this page already opened on here, and this is the page that you're viewing now. So I'll just zoom in and maybe go into this layout so we can see it together. So this is an indestructible trimmer. Okay, this is a one product that they are selling on this store that is created super nicely, following certain rules. We'll break those rules apart and we'll try to use them on our own store. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a nice menu. The first thing that we see is a green alert bar. Okay, alerting people, okay, there's a summer sale, free shipping, and 50% off. Okay, then indestructible trimmer, a logo with some navigation, and then the first thing over here is what catches everybody's eyes, and this is a video, or in this case, a GIF. A GIF is used in order to pull in the viewers, to explain the benefits, to show what it does, and you don't have to use a lot of words because this exactly displays what it is. Okay, then there is a little bit of explanation that these are 5-star reviews with some testimonials on here. We hate annoying weeds, dirt, and grass. And then there's an image with some explanation of what it does and a call to action. Okay, then over here we have an image on the right hand side, then a heading, a little bit of explanation what it does, and then a call to action. Then another image on the left hand side explaining how it is constructed, or basically explaining one more thing, showing what it does, description, and the call to action. Then over here, there is the actual product display that people can use this one to immediately get to cart. But have a look at this now, because this is the actual product. And over here that you see below, this is the product description, and this store was built using Shopify. In Shopify, you don't have the opportunity, you don't have the ability to actually create your own pages. And this is why it looks like this. So this space, the half of the page is blank, and everything is crammed on the right hand side. Okay, as you can see, with some GIFs, explanation, then the showcase of the product, a little bit of more text, and a little bit of more images, then a GIF explaining how to assemble the product, then a little bit of more explanation on here, specifications, guarantee, shipping, and then reviews. Okay, and then at the end we have a footer over here and some like this footer with a link to the site, and then a link to the platform that created it, in this case Shopify. We also have these trust badges. These are the badges for the payment gateways that you can use for processing or paying for this product. Let's just go up and then click on one of these buttons to see where it brings us. Okay, so let's just dump your old trimmer here. Let's just see the product page. Okay, so you can see here that it brings us to the actual product page, where it gives us the same exact details, with the only thing different. So you can see the same details. The only thing that is different is the bundle. So they created these bundles: buy 2 and then you get 10% off, buy 3 then you get 15% off, buy 4, okay, you get 20% off. So this is already possible inside GrooveKart, and you can do this yourself as well in case you want. Then the other thing is that they added on an app that is like a sticky footer over here that you can add to cart wherever you are. I don't believe that this is extremely necessary, because you can create a better looking product page, a simpler product page, and this is what I did on my own. So as I told you, I use design hacking to learn myself, and this is what I created over here on my own. So this is the indestructible trimmer that is built in GrooveKart. So if you go to oneproduct.groovekart.com, you will see this exact page. This was also made so that it looks good on all devices wherever you're watching. It is very, very, very similar, but it has some things that are different. For example, we have the alert bar. We have a different looking the header. Okay, so here, this is the header. Let's just go on to the main page. So this header is bigger and more bold. Over here, it's a smaller header because this is what we have available in GrooveKart. Over here in GrooveKart, we don't have the option to put in GIFs at this moment without extra CSS. I managed to put a GIF image in the background, but it is not the best thing to do, because it requires a lot of tinkering with. So at this moment, we have an image over here with an overlay of text. Then the next thing is everything is basically the same. 5-star reviews, images over here. We hate annoying weeds, the dirt and grass. We have images. We have I did some of the images are different than on the main demo over here, as you can see, because some of the images we cannot download. But this page is not going to go live. This page is never going to be selling anything. This was just for training purposes. And this is what I suggest for you guys, in case you're copying over like a page like this one. I just did this for speed, just to test out the builder. But in the meantime, I wanted to show you that you can do something similar as well. So don't just copy blatantly the images, the layout, the colors, and everything. But I used their own images, and I used their own words and everything. Um, for this tutorial, this will not go live. This will be just a showcase of what it can be done, and I will never sell this product because they are doing it already. So as you can see, we can immediately copy everything that so the image is on the right hand side, the text and the buttons are on the left hand side. This is the same thing, is just switched over. Then this is the same thing, is switched. But here we can actually so we don't have the option to put on a home page. We cannot put a product at this moment to be added to the cart, so this is missing over here. But we do have the option to modify everything that we see here. And in this case, in Shopify, you cannot put everything to be, so the product description cannot be showcased beautifully in the middle of the screen, but in GrooveKart you can. So this is what I did here. Everything is the same. I also added on a couple of more extra buttons over here, but we can make it nicely modified so that it is displaying in the middle and the center of the screen. So people that are interested in buying this product, they can go and purchase it from here. Also, the footer, if we scroll down to the bottom of the page, we don't have on the main page, we don't have reviews. So on the home page, we don't have the option to add reviews in GrooveKart, but we have the option to modify our own footer. And in this case, I tried to make it look like almost identical with the tools that we have available. So we have the quick links over here, customer satisfaction guarantee, newsletter, and then we have this legal pages and powered by GrooveKart. So I also connected my own affiliate link over here, and this is what I suggest you to do in case you're not scared of showing how you build this store. Just add on your affiliate link. It will the people that click it, they will be cooked in, and they will be able to sign up even for free and immediately start creating their own stores. This is for the people that are interested in these types of things. So I would give them an opportunity to actually sign up through your or through my affiliate link. Okay, here again we have these trust badges for the payment badges, and this is a smack duplicate of the store with some things that are different. And let's just have a look at how I created my own, or the product page for this store. So as you can see over here, let's just open it also on the original. So this is what we are seeing now. This is the original product page. Okay, this is the page where people actually put the things in the cart and then they go on to the next section. So here there is a size choice, basically a variation for size that doesn't have a different size. You have a quantity selector over here, and you have the add to cart button with some bundles. Now I didn't do the bundles, but I did very similarly. So the title, how many people are viewing this product at this moment, the was price of how much it cost previously, how much it costs now. We added on the tax included. You also have the tax included piece of text over here, ships from. So I wanted to give people option to have a different variation to choose where it ships from. So in case I'm ordering to Croatia, France is the closest to Croatia. So if I order from France, I can know that it will be the fastest shipping option. If you're ordering from United States, you can choose the ships from United States, and you can order it for yourself. You can know that it arrives very fast. As you can see, I didn't add on the product description as they did on here because it's the same content again and again, but I did add on reviews over here, and these are reviews that you can pull in automatically from AliExpress. Now this is available in GrooveKart. It's a different layout than what they have on their store, but I just wanted to display that it is possible to create these high converting. So this store that you're reviewing here is a 7-figure dropshipping store. This is highly like very good. As I was building it out, I started receiving I was pixeled in. That means that this company started showing me ads on my Facebook page, inside Google, and things like that, for selling this product, and they're really doing a good job on that one. And yeah, and everything is leading over here to the store. So they are sending so much traffic in here. They're reinvesting their profits, and it's just working fabulously. You set this store up very quickly, and I can show you in starting in just a couple of minutes how to do this. And you can create multiple stores like these for different kinds of products. You just need to start sending traffic to it, and then when somebody purchases, you fulfill through AliExpress, and yeah, it's really not a huge task to create a store like this. In case you're following this this tutorial, this training, I'll show you exactly what you need to do, how to put in the alert bar, how to customize your header, how to create a custom made product page, how to create a home page that looks awesome. It is kind of a sales funnel. In case you have a look at this one, it is showing the benefits of the product, and then inviting you with call to action to actually come to the product page to purchase that product. So it's kind of a funnel. It's a one product store, because we also have the tracking page and things like this. I will not go into the about us, contact us, and tracking order. I will not do that today, because that would take extra time. But what we are going to be doing today is modeling the layout, and also we are going to be constructing the homepage, adding on the images, but optimizing them first, working with GIF images. I'll show you how to work with GIF images, editing the alert bar, the green bar on top of the page. I'll also show you how to edit the footer, edit the product page, add on the product, and connect it all together. In the additional steps, we'll probably do a different training on how to create legal pages, about us pages, contact us pages, and tracking pages. It is easy. I just didn't want to expand this training, because I wanted to do it about the actual store design, store layout. Okay, so in case we have a look at how this page looks like, let me just open my handy dandy whiteboard over here. So let's just delete this and this one as well. And then we can model it. So the store that we were looking at, this indestructible trimmer, they start their homepage this way. They have an alert bar over here, alert. Okay, this didn't go well. Alert bar. Then this is a header. I don't know why it does this. Header. Okay. And now after that, the header, this is the links over here. They have also some other links on here. They have a huge section for a GIF. Okay. So GIF plus this is the big headline. This is the headline that they have. Headline. So this is what they have over here to attract the viewers, to catch the people's eyes, and to just bring attention to what they are offering. Now let's have a look at what else they have over here. So this is the alert bar. This is the navigation. In our case, we have it this way. So this is the links, logo, and some more links. They actually show reviews, how many reviews they have, and they show 2 testimonials on here. So let's just do this. And reviews. And they have the stars. And review. I cannot write. Anyway, they have 2 testimonials over here with images, some text. And then they are going to type out headline, and this is where they start with the actual explanation of the product. So let me just move this a little bit higher on the page here so we can continue drawing. So this is where they go in to explain the product fully. This is where they start putting in an image, headline, and then writing some text about it with a call to action button. This is the same thing that they do on the other side over here. Image, showcasing some product functions, a big headline, and then explaining this in a little bit of text, and then call to action over here. On their side, they did three of these images, and yeah, it was on the other side. So they did three like that, a headline, the description, and then a call to action button. After that, what they did, and we cannot do this because we have these dynamic pages for product pages, they added on a product and had the add to cart button. We don't have this one. We will have this at a later point, and I talk with the devs that this is added on their to-do list. But at this moment, let's just draw it out. So in case you're watching the replay, you maybe have this already available for you. So on here we have the actual product with some thumbnails of the actual product images. We have the headline, we have how much it was, how much it is now. This is the price. We have variations over here, maybe bundles. Let's just draw the bundles with these circles, and then a big add to cart button, or this is not that good add to cart button. The button to send them to the checkout page immediately. This will be also coming in the next couple of days. We'll have to have a button that goes directly to the checkout, and there will be no need for add to cart. Then an explanation of the actual product with reviews at the end, with the footer at the end, which I will not draw out completely because it's quite long, but I just wanted to add on the footer with some useful links on here, maybe a newsletter option over here, which is horrible. Let's just leave it like that. And then explanation of what, like a copyright, the company details, and then maybe your affiliate link. Let's just do a star over here for the affiliate link, and also some trust badges. So this is the actual layout of how this high functioning or high performing store looks like. So knowing this one, taking the store apart on different sections like this, we can go in and then create something of our own by modeling this exact model. So guys, I would like to learn from you. What do you think about this? Do you like this layout? Do you think you would be able to create something like it? Or yeah, just your opinions. Let me know in the comments. I would like to see what you have commented on there. And yeah, we'll go on very shortly with the build. I just wanted to hear from you first. Let me just go into the comments to see if there is anything I will need to see. Okay. Okay, so there are people asking questions already. That's good. I will be answering them at the end of this training if we have enough time. Okay, people are asking for integration with Google Merchant Center. We do have a product feed. Just go into the apps and you can have a look. By Baron Young. Okay. I bought that training. It's really good. Yeah, it is. I saw the training and I purchased it myself. And I wanted to show you that there is no need to actually pay for Shopify to actually continue with that training. So this is what we are going to be doing today. In case you purchased that training, in case you saw that training, if you know what we are talking about, it will be helping you to actually continue doing the same thing only on GrooveKart. Okay. Yes, I love the layout. Maybe. Okay, thanks. Hello from Pakistan. I'm working on doing one-page product and buy now. Okay, good. How about the menu on the right side? Menu on the right side. Not quite sure what menu on the right side. Awesome. Yes, if I can copy how you have done it, this is exciting. You can recreate it. You cannot come over here and copy the layout. It is not like a code based template what we have in Groove pages, but you will need to recreate it on your own side to be able to do something like this. But I believe we are already finished with this one, so let's just go on. Let's just start a new page. This will be a home page that we can use later on, and let's just go on to create it. So the tutorial one product tutorial. Okay, keyword. Okay, so I'll just type in here one. Cool. So now we have a page that is called one product tutorial. We already have a footer over here. We already have the header. So I'm thinking maybe to go out and then start with a different store where we don't have this yet. I'm interested in to create a fashion store. So fashion store most probably has a lot of items. This what we are doing today is for one specific product, so not sure if this is something that you need immediately. Okay, so let's just have a look how this page looks like. If this is better, maybe we can continue developing the actual store on here. Awesome. So this is an untouched store. So this is how it looks like by default when you create a store in GrooveKart. So we'll just continue using that for our purposes. The first thing we'll be doing is constructing the home page. The home page is the actual long part with the sales message on here. I'll be using the same copy to not type out everything. I had to type out that yesterday because this store has a click block. You cannot click on the things and then you cannot copy things over. So this is what we are going to be doing today. I'll be using this text to copy it over, and I will show you step by step how I did it. The first thing is starting from this image downwards. Okay, then later on we'll go set up the header and the navigation bar and the footer and so on. So let's just start with this main image over here. Let me just come over here to this side. I believe it will be easier to follow when we have things on this side. Then when we have things on this side to modify, I will be switching on the other end of the screen. So we are in GrooveKart and we just entered the builder. So I went into the dashboard over here. I clicked on GrooveKart. I opened the store that I want to work on. I have a couple for testing purposes that I created myself over here. And then I just click the back office. Once we go into the back office, the only thing you need to do is to go into the builder at this moment. Okay, we'll be setting up a product and everything at the later point, but at this moment just head over to the builder and then you'll be able to see this exact page. This is a default page and default setup how it looks in GrooveKart, but this is what we need in order to start working on our website. So I will delete everything because I don't need anything on here. We'll be starting completely from scratch. And I will show you step by step what you would need to do in order to have the same exact looking page as I do on here. So the first thing is to have a section with a big and bold title in the middle. Okay, disable Java on that page to be able to copy text. These are hacks that I didn't want to mention and I'm not supposed to mention, but you can do that in case you want. Okay, perfect. Lovely. So we'll start with this one. As you can see, this is one column over here with just a piece of text in here. So that's what we are going to be doing. We'll go into the elements. We'll add on a one column. We will put in a text I will put in a header 2 because I don't have anything, the toughest trimmer on the market. I don't want this to be a heading 1. A heading 1 you can put in here when you are mentioning your product name and a little bit of description, or a very bold and strong headline. So because that is not that, I will just use heading 2. Okay, copy this text over, paste it in. I just click the backspace button because when you paste in something, it sometimes adds a little space at the, like this one. So the toughest trimmer on the market. And what we have now is the same exact builder as you see in Groove Pages. Let me just come on this side. While we have the text, this heading 2 selected, we can come in here to the text styles. If you don't see this menu, you probably need to click on the style over here. We come into text style, and then we choose our font. For this tutorial, I'll use the Oswald, and I believe this is the original font that they are using on their website, and something like 86. Let's just put it 85 as the font size. Okay, I'll put it as white, the text to be white, and then as you see, this green border around it is selected. This is for selecting the text. If I click outside where it is in this blue border, then I selected the column. As you can see here on the top of the page, right top of the page, it says column. In the column, I want to put a background image. I just choose background, upload image, and I can go into the image selection. So here where you have your images, you probably have already your images that you want to put together. I just took them from the original website, which I don't recommend, only for training purposes. Again, only for training purposes, because this is not something you should use. I didn't even remove any kind of trademark. I used their own images with their own logos, with everything, because I will not use this one. But in case you're using the images that you took from a website that you're training on how to build, just don't make that site live. Okay, it's good for training, but it's not good for anything else. You can choose your images over here that you created or that you downloaded, but there is one step that I would highly suggest you to train yourself to do. Go into image compressor or tiny PNG or something like that, and then put your images through here first. Okay, so I just type in imagecompressor.com, and then here is where I select my image. Okay, so I have my image. As you can see, I already made it smaller, but I'll just do it again for training purposes. And from the original image was, I believe, around 7 megabytes. Let me just try to find it. No, 2 megabytes. And when it finishes compressing it, when it finishes working it through, it saves 48% of the image, which is now 1.2 megabytes. If you want, you can increase it even lower. You just decrease the quality of the image, then you'll see here that it's now 856 kilobytes, or 63% smaller than before. So you can just click the apply in case you adjusted it over here, and once it's finished over here, you can just click the download button. I'll just download it into my downloads folder, and this is the image I will be using for uploading to GrooveKart. Why did I do this? This is because you make your images smaller, and this also increases the page loading speed. So every image that you want to put on GrooveKart, just make yourself do a habit of going through a compressor, going through some kind of a system to minimize the sizes, or to have an image size the smallest, as small as possible. Okay, so this is now what we wanted. I will just put in a background overlay of color black, and just increase the background overlay opacity over here, something like that, so that we can still see the image in the background, but we don't have the image like dropping in our eyes. I want I want the actual text to be the main part of the screen. At a later point, maybe when we have GIFs, it will be a different process, but at this moment for images, this is what I suggest. If you come over here to spacing, you can add on padding inside padding, increase it to the maximum on top and bottom. As you can see, I came to spacing, selected top and bottom. This adds on a little bit of space on here. If you see, there is 15 pixels of margins on top and bottom, and this is this white space between the image and the green border over here. So I'll just remove this because I don't want it, and there we go. So I removed it. Now my image is touching the border of the actual navigation or the header, but I'd still want a little bit of spacing here on here. So I'll just choose the actual text, and using the margin, you can add on margin 64. This widens it a little bit even more, so that we have a nice and high image to view at. This is how I created this this section to widen the actual column with padding, and then clicking on the actual text and widening it with margins. Okay, and save. So after every setting that you created, every setting that you modified, make sure you save. Okay, this is approximately it. For image compression, what about SVG files? At this moment, they are not yet handled by GrooveKart. So when you try to upload an image that is not available or not GrooveKart cannot handle those images. It will say only JPEG, PNG, and other formats that you can use. It will say it nicely in an error message. Okie doke. So now this is approximately done. I believe we darkened it a little bit more on here than on the original one, but that's fine. We'll continue with the next section, and this is the 5-star reviews over here. So on here, I just want to add on a new row, a new column just below it. So if you pull it and then you see that there is a ghost in a drop here, as you can see, my mouse is hovering over it. This will be putting it in the container on the image, which is having the background image on the container. I don't want it there, but I wanted to pull it just outside so that it is just below the design itself. In here, I can come into the text elements, choose an H3 inside the container I just dropped in, and here I can add my text, which is saying 5-star reviews. Okay. I just paste in the 5-star reviews, press the backspace button to lose that space, the extra space below. But then how did I do these stars? For the stars, I use text symbols. Okay. You type in text symbols, and coolsymbol.com or Piliap or text-symbols.com, any of these. Just type in text symbols and you'll get a site where you can copy these text symbol from. So over here you have stars. You can do it also with the normal with these colors, then you can modify them. So if you see a black colored icon on here, you can modify the color inside the GrooveKart builder. In case you copy over something with a color, you will not be able to change the colors of these ones. So I just clicked on this star. It's like an emoji star. I will just copy that over and then paste it over here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are text symbols. They don't act as images, but they act as text, just as the letters and numbers on the page. So yeah, this is basically it. I just want to go into the font selection, click on the actual font type that we have on here, and we can set it up exactly as we want. There we go. And I'm pretty finished with this one. I just want to add on a little bit of spacing on the top of this text so that it stands out a little bit, a bit lower from the actual image on the top. So there we go. This is the next section. After this, we have 2 columns. Okay, so column 1 and column 2. So let's just go back to GrooveKart and build it out. Make sure you save it first. Okay, there we go. So now we go into rows and we take a 2-column row just below it. I don't want it to be separate. So when you pull it completely down, you can see that it is touching the borders one side on the other side of the screen. I don't want it there, but I want it just below the 5-star reviews. Now you can see that it is not touching the borders here on the screen, but it is still in the same container, in the same row. So if I click out of here, it selects both of these. So this element and this column over here. So this is what I want. When I did this, the rows are constructed by image, heading, and paragraph text. Okay, so let's just pull in an image or a media. We click on the media selection over here. We go to the image and we just pull it in here. So we'll have a placeholder. After that, I want a heading and a paragraph text. There we go. And let's just set this up first so that we can just easily duplicate it once we are done. In the image, we want to go into the image compressor, upload a file, and we take the file that we want to upload, which is going to be one of these images. So this is already 79 kilobytes. I don't think I need to do it because I already did it, but let's just, for demonstration purposes, let's just upload an image over here. So we click on the placeholder, go to settings, upload an image, and from my downloads file, I choose the image that we have. Now this image is already set up to be 300 by 300. Okay, in case you need bigger images, you can save the images to be a little bit bigger, or you can come into the image sizing and then you can choose custom sizing. Then you can make sure that you stretch out the image a little bit as you want. So this is, let's just do 350. Let's just type in here 350 and 350 over here as well. So now I made it 50 pixels bigger. So because the original image was 300 pixels, I stretched it out to be 350 pixels. It lost on quality because it is not as sharp as before, but we can stretch those out. We can also crop it in, and we can resize it by the ratio. At this moment, I'll just put it back as the original image to be 300 by 300. And okay, so if you want, you can also make sure that your image is in the center. So you can, while you still have your image selected, you can come over here to block alignment. You can make sure that it is centered. Okay, so the custom title will be this one over here, which is the title of the review. So we just double click, I paste in the text, and I edit the text style over here on the right hand side. I just choose the font. This is cool. I select semi-bold and I make sure that it is centered. Okay, so the next step is to come over here to copy over the testimonial, and then we can set this up. So for the second font, I was using Open Sans, a little bit bigger, but I want light font over here. Let's just do 15. 17 looks great. So here, one of the sides is now finished. We can just copy this over. So as you can see, when we press the button, we copy it over, and we pull it up in the other container over here. We do the same for the rest of the elements. When we copied it over, as you see, the text disappeared, and also this text disappeared. So this is a bug that we are still working on. So we'll just need to work around it for now. On here, I will copy over this part of the text. So I'll select it, paste it in, delete that space, and now we have the both testimonials in there. We'll copy over again the heading of each of these because it just disappeared when we duplicated the element. This one is done. We can copy over this one. And I'm just using these copy guys just to increase the speed of the tutorial. I want to show you how to put the layout, but the actual content and the writing out the content, this is what takes the most time. So In these tutorials, I just try to work a little bit faster so we cover more ground. Okay, the image, I'll go into the settings and I will delete this image, but I will upload the different image that I intended for this one product store. And then here, then we have this image for the that is sized again the same size as the other one, 300 by 300, as you can see over here, and it works beautifully with this style. Make sure you save. And then once you save, you also want to sometimes reload the actual builder just to see if the save took place, because as you see now, we saved. Some of the things stayed, but some of the things didn't stay, so your custom title was reverted back. So this is a bug that we're still working on, so don't worry about it. You can just easily go and copy it in. Once you did that, save. We'll refresh it one more time. I'm just showing you the workarounds and the bugs at this moment, because this is what you will be probably seeing as well when you're working with the builder yourself. So in case you're watching a replay of this, most probably this was already fixed, but in case you're watching this video live, then this is what you can do. Just type it in again. There we go. So now this is saved, and everything looks as we created it. Good. Let's just head over to the next section, which is a headline and then another 2-column layout. So we will be putting in a headline, which is a text. I'll use a text 3, but I want to put it here, but not in a separate row. So I'll just pull in a 1 column over here that is still in the same row as these guys over here. And then I will put in the text inside this column. Okay, the header will be saying this, and then we can set up the text styling a little bit bigger, and then add on semi-bold. Okie doke. So on here, I want to add spacing, a little bit of spacing to separate it from the top part of the basically those reviews. And then here we are pulling in a 2-column row. Now, yeah, so this is where we pull in the 2-column row. Let's just close it out and see how it looks. Okay, it looks great. We can also see what happens if we pull this 2-column row out. Yeah, so there's a little bit of difference between the width when you pull this thing out. So it is covering the whole section, as you can see with a gradient over here, with a gradient green. When you pull it in a little bit closer, then it is much smaller. It is putting it in a smaller container. If you pull it completely out, then it is touching the borders of the screen. So there is a differences where you put it, with the width of the section will be dependent on where you put it. Okay, so let me just make sure that this is out on this section, but just below the actual title. There we go. In here, I want to have an image, and then again a heading, description, and a button. So let's just do this. I want to have an image, which I already have, so I'll duplicate this. Let's just leave it here, and let's just pull it in there. So this is our image. I want to duplicate this. Hopefully it will not lose the styling. Okay, there we go. It didn't lose the styling. This is our heading, and now we want a description over here. So we already have a description. It's a bit styled differently, but that's fine. Okay, this is our description. We will make sure that it looks different on this part. So our text, I want it to be aligned to the left hand side on this section. I want it to be open sans, but I want it to be regular. I want it to be a little bit bigger font, like 19 or so. Some parts, as you can see here, some parts are wide, and now we need to make sure that our image is big enough and also pushed down. The normal image would be on the top over here, but this section is quite tall, so we want to make sure that our image is a bit lower so that it doesn't cover only the top section and then the rest is just like missing out. So again, here comes the image. We come and upload the image that we want to edit. As you can see, this was the design that I uploaded, which is 2 megabytes, and at the end I get a couple of kilobytes large image. I already have it, so I will just upload that one. Once you minimize it, you get the same file name. It will just have a -min, and this is much smaller image. There we go. This is our image, but as I was mentioning, I want to push it a bit lower so that it doesn't only cover the top part of the description and the heading, but it goes a bit lower. So let's just go into style, spacing, and push it down a little bit. Let's just do like 64 pixels. On here, I want to copy over the heading. I want to also make sure that it is left aligned. And now we're just missing a button over here. So let's just come to the elements and let's just come to the button section and find the square button. Okay, there is our square button. In the button, I want it to say grab yours here. So we click on the button, and in the top right hand side corner we see settings. In the settings, this is where we edit the label. Grab yours here with all caps. After we did this, we can you can put links on it and so on, but we don't have a place to link the button yet. That will be coming at a later stage. But now we need a background color. So our button over here is green, and I'm using this handy dandy color pick eyedropper. You can see the name of the actual extension, this Chrome extension on the left hand side. Or where is the left hand side? There is the left hand side. I cannot there on that, which is actually a right hand side. So if I move my mouse over here lower, it will disappear. So color pick eyedropper, now it is on the top. So this is the Chrome extension you can use to click on the actual color and have the hex code copied over. This is the hex code that I want to use in GrooveKart to have the exact same color of buttons. Okay, grab yours here. And I also want the text style to be Oswald. A little bit bigger, not as big, maybe 20, but I want it to be bold. Grab yours here. There we go. So now we created a button. We created all the things that we need, so we can just copy over the whole section. But before I do this, I want to add on a bit of spacing on the top and the bottom of this description element over here. Just a padding, or you can also do margins. We already have 10 pixels of margins on here. We can add on a little bit more, maybe 20. Let's see how it looks with 20. So it adds on a bit of space on the top, a bit of space on the bottom. Yeah, it kind of looks good. So now that we did this, we can copy over the whole section. Okay, so now we have one section, second section, and we didn't save it, and this is why it reverted back to the previous text on here. So we need to make sure we saved it, and once we save it again, you see that it didn't save. So let's just make sure we save it again and refresh the builder. So this builder is still in beta as our whole platform. So there is a little bit of tinkering with it. As you can see, I need to now go and copy over this again. Copy over the whole. But this is what people do mistake, and I believe this is a mistake. People come on and take a new software, a new builder, a new, let's just call it a new toy, and then they go immediately and create something for their business. When people create something for their business, they expect professionalism and they expect everything to be working immediately 100%. And this is where the problems happen with the software like Groove that is still on beta. You can build things for your business, but not while you are still not in the flow. So you would need to learn how to use the actual software first, and then once you create something with it, it will be working. You'll feel more confident in your decisions. You will know why the things happen as they do. So this is what I suggest to everybody, to start out with design hacking, to find something that is already existing online and remodel it, or just copy it over exactly the same, or as close as possible to exactly the same as it is on the live site. This will save you a lot of headaches. Okay, so now that I did this, I can copy over the section. It looks the same. Let's just copy it one more, because we have 3 sections. So 1, 2, 3, but the middle one I want to move over here, and this section over here. I'm not saying that it is wrong to do to start immediately for your business, to develop things, but there is, everything in life needs learning. So as I'm playing now with this drag and drop, it may be causing frustrations to some, but I just know the limitations and I know what I need to do, because I played with it enough so that I don't get frustrated after I don't succeed with something. So okay, on here we'll just copy over this part. This. So playing, whenever you are learning also to drive a bike, you need to just exercise first. You cannot sit on a bike immediately and know how to drive it. If you had children, they probably prove that to you a couple of times. But yeah, it just needs a little bit of playing with it, needs a little bit of learning how to do it by now. And after you did that, you are going to be much happier with your decisions, with your um, confidence, and yeah, it's just a great way to learn. Okay, doke. So this is where I'm going to be putting in another image. I want to put in another image, which is this image on here. Again, there is the image. I need to actually upload it first to the image compressor. Let's just use this image. This is their own image. It's already compressed. It's 200 pixels, so I will not use that. I will actually use something bigger. Something like that, 2.4 megabytes. After it is compressed, it is getting smushed 70%. Let's just download it and then upload it back on here. There we go. So now this image is big enough and it's tall enough so that we can put it up. We can remove the spacing that we added on previously, and it will be matching the whole section. So not minus, but let's just put it on back to 0. There we go. And now it is tall, it's tall enough to cover the whole section over here. As you can see, it looks great. But I want a little bit of spacing between the top section and the bottom section. So I will choose the whole column, this 2-column layout, as you can see, and I will add, or actually increase, the spacing between maybe 50. Yeah, just so that there is a little bit of extra space in between these sections. And let's just save this. Again, saving is very important after after modifications. Let's just reload to see if something changed on the page or not. Okay, so it didn't change. Perfect. Now we can come over here and just copy over this last section. This is the heading. Just copy over the description. Copy, paste, double. Okay, you can see that I was typing this out manually. This is why there are these grammar errors on here. Perfect. Dump your old trimmer here. This is what the button says. Dump your old trimmer here. People are asking questions. If you haven't seen the beginning of this, I said Q&A session will be at the end of the training. Make sure you put a Q in front of your question so I can scroll back up and see it easily. But I will not be answering questions during the middle of the session, during the middle of the training. Okay, so don't get angry with me. It will be answered, but at the end of the session. Okay, doke. So on here, I also don't need the image to be lower. There is not a lot of space, but I can maybe add on the spacing on here to push this down a little bit so that text is actually in the middle of the image on here. Great. So this is now set. Maybe a bit of spacing on the top on here as well. 30. Great. So I like how this looks already. Let's just save it and then reload the builder. Reload. Okay, this stayed. Let's just reload to see if any changes happen. Okay, there's this turbocharge. Perfect. Dump your old trimmer here. Perfect. Very good. So what's the next section? We have an image over here, and this is very simply to download. Can we use infra view to compress images? You can use whatever you would like. This is just something that everybody has access to. Platforms like this image compressor are super simple to use, even if you don't have any extra software on your device, computers, Macs, and so on. So this is why I'm just giving this, but you can use whatever you would like. This is a guarantee safe checkout. In case you would like to download these types of illustrations or images, you can just simply go to Google and just type in safe checkout PNG. Okay. If you type in safe checkout PNG, you'll get a bunch of these that you could use, and these are already with a transparent background. Okay, so let's just say that I want to use a different one. Let's just use this. This looks great. As you can see, it is a transparent background. Right here, you're waiting to load, and once you see these little gray and white squares after it loaded, for example, this one, it is a transparent background. Some of these they say that they are, but they are not. Once it loads in, it doesn't show you these. So this is how you know that it's loading in. But if it loads and it doesn't show you these black and white, not black, gray and white squares, then it is not. For example, this one, this is at this moment not a PNG, a transparent. So in case I would go, you can see that this is this has a gray background. But if I come on to a different one, let's just use this, open in a new tab, you can see that this also has a background. So it's not quite what we need, but let's just see this. I believe this was the one that we found to be transparent, or maybe a different one. Let's just see. Here we go. So if it's transparent, you will see only black. There will be no background on here. So let's just download this one. So I'll just go save image as, download this to my computer, and then I can use it down here. So I will go elements, media, image, and then just pull it down below everything else. We can start a new section. Why not? I'll click on the actual image, block alignment in the bottom right hand corner center, and upload a new image, the guaranteed checkout that I downloaded just recently. Okay, so here you can make sure that it is exactly where you want and as you want. Yeah, the size is a bit too big. I'll just leave it because it looks good. I really want it to stand out on the page. If you would like it to be a little bit smaller, you would either need to resize it before uploading it, um, or actually you can make some custom sizing over here, but I didn't find a good way to actually make it smaller, just how to make it bigger. That works great, but actually let's try this one. Height width 500. Let's test it out. Let's just click save and see how it works. Let's open the actual homepage and see how it looks on the live page. Toughest trimmer on market. Okay, the page looks nice. It actually looks good. Guaranteed safe checkout. So you can actually resize also with GrooveKart itself. But the one thing we didn't do is we didn't compress it. So I would come over here, make sure it's compressed. It's 95 kilobytes at this moment, but it can be much smaller as well. So if we come on here, we can just change the image with it. With this one, it will display the same. It will not change the image sizing that we set up already custom, but it will just change the picture in the back so that it is much smaller and it is lighter to load. Let's click the save button. Great. Okay, perfect. Let's just go on and see what's the next section. So we have a little bit of spacing on here that we need to manage, and then after that we have a headline. Perfect. Let's just go do this. On here, I want a bit of spacing, so you can do margins or padding, whichever you prefer. Let's just do 45 like that. And after this one, I need a headline, and I want a big headline, which is this one. So we copy it over and we pull it down. So we pull it down over here. Let's see, just below the image, then below this headline, then below this image, then below this image here, and there we go. Good. Okay, so let's leave it here. This is now a big headline. You can just make it easy for you and then just pull in elements. I wanted to drag that down. And after this, we have a paragraph text. So this may look like a list. And in GrooveKart, you can create lists by just coming to content and choosing the list element. Then you can add on the list by the settings. You can add on different list elements. I didn't do that. I did just a normal paragraph text, and I just lost my headline now. Let's just click save just so that it doesn't leave, it doesn't get away. Let's reload. Hopefully it stays in here. Yeah, perfect. Here we go. So I just pull in a paragraph text just below the actual text on here. And then after that, we can modify it. But I feel that this may need a separate row. So I'll just pull in a row, then pull in these details in the row itself. This way. Good. So this over here, this green emoji style checkbox is again a symbol. So in case you come over here to the coolsymbol.com or just typing to Google text symbols, you can see these symbols that you have available. I chose this one with a green boxed and then the check mark, the white check mark in there. So you can just copy this over and then paste it into your text. Now, I believe when I copy this over, it will be displaying the whole thing with the check marks. go. But this is just a text symbol that you can copy over from sites like coolsymbol.com, or just typing in text symbol into Google. There we go. So now this is what we wanted. I want to make sure that this is the right font, Open Sans. You can choose the font weight and make it in the center, but I also want to add on spacing. So let's just add on a bit of margins on top and bottom. There we go. And the next section is another image, which is another trust badge. It's the same thing over here as just coming into Google. Instead of safe checkout, you can just type in trust badges. I cannot write badges. And then you can download some of them here. Now you know the trick. When you click on something and you see after loading in, there is the gray and white squares, or in case you right click, open a new tab. If in the new tab it shows the background, that means it's not transparent. So in case you have your store has a red background, it will not allow you to have a red background over here. Okay, over here, let's just have a look. So open a new tab. This one is also not a PNG. Let's just find something that it is a real PNG. Okay, could be that this is. Nope. Okay. Let's see if this is. Nope. You can create these yourself as well. There we go. So you can create these in Canva. You can purchase these. You can download these for free as well. I'll just use this one for now. Save image as. This is a WebP image. So when you save this, you would need to go and WebP to PNG. You need to convert it because at this moment GrooveKart cannot handle or cannot work with WebP images. Once you upload it, you convert it to PNG, and that is it. Now click save. And at this moment, I want to compress it. So I want to compress the PNG. It's already 57 kilobytes, but now it is much smaller. After did this, I can upload the actual image in here. Click on the image, make sure that it is centered, block alignment, center, settings. I upload the image that we just got, the minimized, the compressed image, and then let's just play with it again. Let's just go into custom, make sure that the height is a bit smaller, and then the width is big enough. There we go. Awesome. So now we have the trust badges. We have everything that we needed. Maybe a little bit bigger, like 135. This looks good. 430. Save. Why is it important to compress images? This is very important because of page loading speed. Most of the times your website will load fast if there is text on it, but because of the images are the ones that are making the speed of pages or of your website loading in very slow. So when you're previewing websites on your desktop, you most probably have a very good connection with your Wi-Fi or connected with a cable. But let's just say that you are now in a cafe shop in Thailand, just browsing around, and you open a website. The same website that is created this way without compression on a normal desktop or a laptop device, it would load very fast. But on your mobile device, it may load in very, very slow. And this is the most of the time is the reason because images, videos, and like these types of things like illustrations and the visual things like images and videos, they load very slowly. And people that have not a very good connection, or people that are in parts of the world where there is not a good internet, may not be able to open your website at all. So this is what you don't want to allow. You don't want to allow yourself to not appear on some devices, not appear in front of some people. Let's just say that there is somebody in, I don't know, in Africa that really wants to purchase your product, but doesn't have good internet connection, so they will not be able to open your site because of that. That is the reason. So let's just go on here, and we have now the trust badge, and after the trust badge we have a heading, or actually a title, which we can copy from here. We'll just use this and then resize it. So the text, I want it a bit smaller. Let's just use 30. And for the text, I'll just open this. Now, this is where we come on to GIFs. I want to show you how to work with GIF images. This over here is a GIF image, and this, if you click on it, I made it to open the actual product page. This is what I want to show you how to do. So instead of these trust badges, we'll not need this anymore, but you want to type in GIF U. GIF YU. GIFU is a service. It's available online for image, for uploading your GIFs, and in return, or you get back an embed code that you can use. So GIFs work with embeds. So you take a code, you put it on your website. Now at this moment, it is not loading in very quickly. Not sure why. But this is GIFU. This is something I use. I used also in a tutorial when I created a tutorial for using GIFs in Groove pages. So this is the same thing. Not sure why it doesn't load in today. GIF hosting. You can use things like Giphy, but they also put in their own logos and own branding. GIFU doesn't do it, so hopefully I can get it to open today. Otherwise that would be a fail. So let's just try to use this other one. Okay, I didn't use this one, so it may not be hosted. I don't even know what I'm looking at. Start. Okay, so let's choose a file. This is where we choose our own GIF image. So this is the image I want to upload. Okay, and then send. Hopefully I get an embed code. I never use this one. I use Giphy. Here we go. It opened now. So GIFU, you upload your image, you click upload. Once it's uploaded, it gives you back two options. This is what we want. We want options. It usually doesn't take this long. I don't know why it is. Yes, this doesn't give us the embed link we need, so this is useless. There we go. So GIFU, when you uploaded your image, as you can see, it is 3.9 megabytes. So it is quite a large GIF. This is on the normal indestructible trimmer website. This is not something I created. You have two options. You have about and you have embed codes. In the embed codes, you just hover over the HTML over here and you click the copy button. Okay, let me just make this bigger. This is the about and the embed codes. This is where you come after you uploaded a GIF. You come over here to the HTML and then you click this copy button that shows up. That's basically it. After that, you come to GrooveKart. Make sure you have everything saved. And now we need a rows. Now we need a 3-column rows. Okay, and I'll explain you exactly why. I will now come and use content and pull in one of these HTML embeds over here, and I'll pull in one of them just above the trimmer. I want to show you the difference. Why am I using the rows? Why am I using these 3 rows? On the upper one, I put in the HTML code. in the lower one I put in the HTML code. Let's click save and preview our page to show you how it differs. Okay, so this is the top GIF. As you see, one of the GIFs is centered on the centered in the middle of the screen, and this is the one where we have 3 rows. So we have 3 columns, one column, second column, and the third column. This one over here is on the left hand side because this is how it is normally. Well, now in case you no code, you can do this way and then add some custom CSS in order to center it in the middle of the screen. Well, I'm not very fond of CSS, so this is why I use just 3 rows and make sure that the middle one has my GIF. This way I don't have to tinker with any extra code. The options that you get for HTML is not a lot. So you get spacing, you get borders, background, and in the settings, it doesn't allow you to center or align it somewhere. This is the workaround for having a GIF. You use 3 columns, and in the middle one, you just place your place the embed code or the HTML code element, and this is where you put in the HTML that you got from GIF-U. Okay. That's the workaround for the GIFs. So let's just click save one more time and continue with our build. We have a couple of more things to do here. A couple of things to do. We'll just do this quickly. There is not a lot of tinkering needed on here. Let's just copy over this button, bring it down on the page. You're going down. Okay, there we go. It's just below here. And this is now placing it in the middle row. I don't want that. So I just want this one to come over here. And then I want this one to come out here. Perfect. Block alignment, I want it to be centered. For this one as well. And the actual button says grab yours here. Grab yours here. Save. Then there is a heading. Then there's another heading with some extra icons. These are text icons again. Then another heading, then a GIF, then paragraph text, and then another heading, and then image, and then so on and so on. So we'll do this quickly. I will be doing this, but I'll probably not need to explain because there is just things are repetitive. So heading, and then another heading. So over here, we just copy this part here. Okay. There is another heading, which we duplicate this part. And now I will copy the whole thing because these are also text symbols, so they will be copied over as well. As you can see, just to increase the text size this way. Perfect. So another time we save it, then we'll copy over this heading, we'll bring it down a little bit lower. In between, we can also just make sure that the spacing is correctly done so that things don't mix and match on here. So we can duplicate this section again, bring it down here. It will say no more annoying broken strings. You need to change every 10 minutes. And if you have a chance, you have a look at the original Indestructible Trimmer website. They really did a very good copy, and by copy I mean the text on the page. Now we have another GIF. So let's just go on to GIF-U, click the upload button, click over here to upload, and we choose the actual GIF that we want to upload. Click the upload button, 100% complete. We get the embed code, and usually this is how fast it is. I don't know why it was making a fuss before. Let's just copy over the HTML code, head over to GrooveKart, and we can just copy over this 3-column layout and pull it down. Pull it down. There we go. The HTML code we just changed in the settings. There we go. And make sure we save. Once we save, I will open the preview of the actual live page, which is lemon.groovekart.com. Here we have 2 of these. Not quite sure why. Let's refresh. Okay, so we'll just need to save one more time. Okay, let's continue building this. Just a paragraph text. Let's take a paragraph from somewhere. Let's take it from here. So what I'm doing, guys, is just copy pasting, as you see, and then just rearranging it on here. You can also do it differently. You can save the blocks. You can save these columns and containers and so on using this star button over here, and then you can pull it out from the blocks, from the design block section. I could do that as well, but this is also a valid option. Size, I want it bigger, maybe 20 pixels. There we go. Yeah, so over here we have another heading, but before that we will save, just so that we don't get into trouble. Okie doke, so let's just refresh the live page, and here we go. So now things came into place. We need to just use the correct code. I believe that was not saved in the other GIF down here. So let's just select this and paste in the code from GIF view. This should be the GIF indestructible trimmer strings, things like that. That is this over here. And once we change something, we get the save option, and then we will be able to save it. So until then, we have a heading, we have an image. So let's just copy over a heading. That will say 360-degree unique design. Okay, here we go. So now I'm on this text element, but you can see I don't have anything on the right hand side. If you get this, you just click on the style and then it will show up. Okay, make this a bit smaller. Let's just put 25. Works good. We'll just leave it as it is. I don't have an image that is close to where I want it, so I'll just go into the media, pull in an image element on here, make sure that it is centered, and then in the image I want to put in the white, the product image that is white. Before that, I want to make sure that it is nicely resized. It is 77 kilobytes already, so we'll just resize it a bit more. Upload image, come to downloads. Here we go, a minimal compressed image. Perfect. Next section is a description again. So we'll just copy over this description, pull it down below here first, then pull it down below. Let's just move this up. There we go. And then this trimmer, and so on and so on. Awesome. So next section is another image. So we can just duplicate this image. Or we can move the text up easier. Some things got messed up. Okay. So duplicate. Because we didn't save for a long time. When we duplicate things, they just lose the text, as you see here. This is just a bug that we have a workaround for. Okay. Yes. So here, this is the correct text for it. Let's just click save one more time. It's just a repetitive action of clicking the save just so that nothing disappears. It's the early stages of the builder, guys. A GrooveKart itself is already advanced with some of the backend things, like if you're not in the builder itself, some of the things are already working very, very nicely, but some of the things are not working very, very nicely. The reason is because the builder itself, the actual front end, what you're looking at now, this Groove pages for GrooveKart, this is new and this is still being developed, and it is just in need of development. So in case you experience some bugs, don't get angry. It's just a development process. Other companies do it, that they work in the backend for a long, long time, and they don't share anything with the customers or with outside world. What Groove is doing is actually developing a product in front of the customers. So we know that our product is not finished yet, and we are okay with it, but then we put it out for people to use and they are not okay with it. So this is just a difference. People need to understand what actually beta means. It's developing the product in front of the actual customer so that the customer can say, yeah, I like this, or yeah, I don't like this. No more annoying broken strings. No more annoying broken strings. Okay, so we have an image, description, headline, image. Okay, so this is the description over here. And no more, no. Okay, this is GIF, and then this is the description over here. Save. Now this description, this is going down on the lower section because I'll need it there as well. On here, the image, I will put it up. Okay. Okay, people are asking the same question again and again. GrooveMail is not integrated with GrooveKart. GrooveMail is not integrated with anything at this moment. Carlos, in case you're asking this question, again, I answered this at the beginning. It is not integrated. So most of our platforms at this moment, as we are at 9th of November 2020, most of the platforms that we have are not integrated with each other. So there's no, can you use it with each other? Absolutely. You can create a form in GrooveMail and embed it as a code using this HTML embed into your own store in GrooveKart. That's available. Can you send abandoned emails and all kinds of different funky stuff with GrooveMail for GrooveKart? No, you cannot yet, but that is coming. We are not stopping where we are. We are developing our platforms very quickly, and even today I'll do an announcement for a couple of updates that are very, very big. So in case you haven't yet, just go on And in case you're not working, of course, with the platform, make a hard reload and log back in. You'll see some things are different in the builder. There'll be an announcement made about that, but for now, let's just continue working on this store on here. There's a couple more sections that we need to develop, and then after that, we are um, going to be working with the actual product. We'll also edit the header, footer, and so on. I just want to finish this quickly so that we don't get the Frankenstein looking site, but we actually get a fully functional copy of the other site on there. So in here, the image that I need is, I can see it now. Yeah, I'll just put no, here it. I was just blind, I didn't see it. Okay, so this is one of the images, how to assemble. Let's save it, not to lose the changes. Okay, so on here, how to assemble. There we go. And now we need a 3-column row, which disappeared. Here we go. And in the content section, we need an HTML code, which will be a GIF for the assembly GIF. Okay, so let's just click the upload button. Come on. Not quite sure what's wrong with a GIF view. Could be that it's my computer. There we go. So we're uploading the image. And there we go, the embed code. I'm just copying over this HTML over here, bring it over to GrooveKart. I have the HTML code element selected, as you can see up here. I'm just pasting this in and clicking the save button so that I make sure that this is being saved. And we'll just do a quick preview of the live site. Okay, so in here we have the image, how to assemble. This is our new GIF that we just put in. Let's just see if something is broken. No, it looks great. Probably a couple of spaces here and there, but that is not super important at this moment. We have the GIF on here, and let's just do paragraph image. I'll leave this out. I'll just do this paragraph heading and an image, and then we'll cut it there. So we have a paragraph over here that we can duplicate. We can just pull this down below here. Okay. So we'll copy this over, paste it in here, press the backspace button. Then we have a heading and an image. So we have a heading from here, heading, and then an image. We'll just copy over. Actually, we'll just pull in a media image from over here. Make sure that it is centered. This one as well. Okay, this is already. In here, we'll just put in the image of, I believe this one was here. Yeah, just these. Okay, on here fits your trimmer. There we go. And then just another paragraph. And we will wrap this up, continue on with the next section, which will be editing the alert bar, the header, the footer. Just a little bit of change so that we don't have a long build for just the home page. Okay, doke. So now that we saved it, let's just have a look at the live page to see how it looks like. Okay, there's a little bit of misalignment. Okay, so on here, I think our trimmer has a universal head that fits. Let's just add on a bit of spacing on the top on here to click save. Hopefully this will put this paragraph text below. At this moment, it is displaying on the top for some reason. Not quite sure why. We'll have a look once it reloads. Page layout just updated. So let's refresh and see if it is better. Okay, so it's still displaying on the top. Not quite sure why. So anyway, we'll just leave it as it is. We'll continue on and editing with editing the actual alert bar. So once we are ready to go on, we click the edit layout. What you see here is the alert bar. So I would probably just delete the whole thing, okay? And then I'll just put in one text element in the middle, which would say this winter sale. And I want to have open sans font. I want it to be white. And then I select the whole background section and I make it green. Now, how do I know what green I need to use? I come over here with the handy dandy color pick eyedropper extension. In case you want to download it, in the bottom right corner there is the actual name of it, color pick eyedropper. You can see, you click it, you hover over it, click on the color you want, you copy it over, and then paste it into the GrooveKart builder. Now, when we did this, we can see that there is a bit of space between. So let's just go into the spacing, remove this, remove the spacing, and then add on padding. The padding is the inside spacing in here. So I'll just add on 10 for inside spacing and click the save button. Once we save it, let's have a look how it looks on the live page. Your custom title, you can see that this is not updated yet. So let's just see if we can just bring it over here, copy it back, and then paste it back in here. Resave it, and instead of your custom title, hopefully we get the winter sale. There you go. So now our alert bar on the top of the page is displaying correctly. What I did is I pasted in the winter sale free shipping plus 50% off just normally into GrooveKart. When I saved it, it didn't save the actual text content. What then I did is I just opened a new tab or any tab, and in the address bar over here, I pasted in the same text and copied it again from the address bar. This removes any styling, and I just brought it back to GrooveKart, pasted it in, and then it worked. So that's it for the alert bar. It's pretty simple to use. Now let's just go on and edit the footer. So in this example, which I created yesterday, the footer has a couple of things. It has quick links, customer satisfaction guarantee, newsletter. It has a divider over here, and also a bit of copyright text here. And this is an image for the actual credit card payment processors. Okay, so this is what we will do now. Let's just go back to GrooveKart. Let's scroll down to the bottom and let's click to edit the layout of the footer. Now, when this loads, people are thinking like, oh my God, there is nothing on here, I cannot work with it. But this is the actual footer that you need to work with. So in here, you can edit everything. And just to prove it, I will delete and start from scratch. I want to have 3-column row on here. In the first part, we'll have quick links. Okay, so this is a header. I'll just use H4. I want quick links, which will have the styling as the rest of our page with a black font, a little bit of Let's just leave it at 25 pixels and it will be semi-bold. Okay, these are the quick links. Below that, we will do buttons, but not actual buttons. These will be links like that we can edit. So click here. Instead of click here, it will say return policy. Return policy. Okay. I'll just create one and make it white. Okay, so now when I make it white, I cannot actually see it on the page because the background of the footer is white. So let's just click on the whole section over here and let's make the background the same color as our footer over here. So I'll just come over here, handy dandy color pick eyedropper, copy over the color code, paste it in here. Then now we can see what we are actually working with. Perfect. So the quick links also need to be white color, and I want it to be left aligned. Do I want it to be left aligned? Let's just close this to see. Yes, I want it to be left aligned. Now, as you can see, there is a bit of spacing on here on this return policy. So let's just work with this immediately. Let's see, there's 30 pixels margin on left and right for some reason on here. We also have padding on here. So let's just delete the padding on top and bottom as well. Now we know what we are working with. So as we did this, now it is looking aligned nicely. So after that, we just duplicate it. Instead of return policy, we type in privacy policy. There we go. After this one, we can duplicate it. We can type in terms of service. After this one, we can safety notice, and that's the last one. Safety notice. There we go. And then just to keep it consistent, we'll just use this big and this big. There we go. So now we did the quick links. At this moment, I will not be linking it to anything. It's pretty simple. You come to settings and you choose the actual page. Would it be a page on your GrooveKart store, or would it be an outside link, or would it be something else? At this moment, I don't have the legal pages done, as I showed you here. In this session, we'll not be working with the legal pages, about us, contact us, and tracking page. This is probably for another video. But at this moment, we constructed a home page. We added on the images and we optimized them first. We worked with GIFs. We edited our alert bar. We are now editing the footer. We have a couple of more steps to go after this one. So let's go back and edit the footer. So these were the quick links. We are missing the customer satisfaction guaranteed. Okay, let's just make sure that it shows up. So let's just click the save button and let's preview the live version of the website just to see how it looks. Okay, use custom title. As you can see, this one didn't take. Let's just go back in here into the builder and let's just type out quick, and I will capitalize it, quick links, just so that we can see if there's anything different on there. Quick links. Let's just reload the live page and see. There we go. So now it took in the changes. Quick links, customer satisfaction guaranteed. Let's just copy this over, and we want to just duplicate the header, bring it in here, paste things in here, and below this we need paragraph text. Just a bit of paragraph text on here. Instead of the black text, I want white text, and I want it to be aligned to the left hand side, and I will need an icon. So in case you want to do it yourself, I'll just copy it over from the page that I already created, but I use this check mark icon over here, which looks like this. And this is what I used on here. So as you can see, satisfaction guarantee and so on and so on. This is just a font icon which looks really nice if it is edited properly. So let's just put open sans. Let's make sure that this is regular and maybe increase a little bit. No, let's put it back. Okay, perfect. So this is something that we now modified. Let's just save. Let's have a look the live page if it took the changes in here. Okay, so the heading is okay, but the actual bottom text, it didn't go through. So let's just paste this in again. Delete it as so that we get the save button. And there we go. Let's now check if it took in the I have a bug on here. Okay, so now it took in the changes. Okay, doke. So newsletter is the third one. I will copy over I will duplicate the header. Newsletter. And then below this, we want media. Actually, not media. We want the content and then the subscribe option over here. This is how it looks like. We'll change over the layout of the subscribed element by coming over here to the settings and just type in email address, and we'll leave the button to say subscribe. Text field background color, text field font settings. I'll just put it to open sans, not do anything else with it. Text field border, I'll just leave it as it is. Button font settings, I want this one to be Oswald. I want it to be a bit bigger. Okay. Maybe subscribe. Be a bit case. There we go. And button border. We don't need a button border. So this is like that. We just want it in white. So text field font setting, button font setting, we want it to be white. There we go. And we actually can put it to be semi-bold. Subscribe, perfect. Nice. So we select the whole column over here and we can add on a bit of spacing. We'll first remove the actual spacing on the top and bottom. As you can see, it is giving us this weird white space. So let's just bring it back to 0. There we go. And then in the middle on here, let's add on some spacing like 40. Now we have a nice big section. If you want, you can also add on spacing below here. Let's just add on 20 pixels spacing in here. Let's just add on 20 pixels in here as well. And here we'll just leave it as it is. Let's save and see how it is. Okay, so it is looking good. Now we're still missing a small part, which is this divider with the text below it. So let's just copy over this text over here. And what we are going to do is we are going to add on a new column just below the whole section, as you can see, like that. The first thing is we'll go and remove this extra spacing on the margins. We'll just put it back to 0. It's really important that we do that, otherwise it will be leaving us a little bit of empty space. The next thing is to add on a border on the top here of this section. So the one column, we want a border on the top, straight line, 1 pixel, but we want to maybe add some kind of gray-ish looking border. But the background, I want the same color as here. Copy it over and choose that section. There we go. Now we have the actual footer with a nice divider on here. The next thing I want to put in a 2-column, which will display here the piece of paragraph text, which is going to be the copyright notice. Okay, and we can make it a bit smaller. Which is not getting smaller. Let's just paste it in like that. There we go. This is 15, and let's make it white, which is just clicking this. Okay, how did I actually link powered by GrooveKart to be a clickable link? So this is going to be the next section, which I show you as how to actually put in your affiliate link so that when somebody clicks on it, you get the referral, you get the actual sign up. As you can see, it didn't take in the changes. So let's just do it one more time. Let's just copy this over, just paste it in, delete the T, and save it. People are asking if I can share the template. In GrooveKart, you cannot share templates. This is why I'm going in depth to show you exactly what I'm doing so that you can do it yourself in case you want to do it. Okay, so powered by GrooveKart is a clickable piece of text over here. So what you would need to do is come into your GrooveFunnels account, either click this button, Groove Affiliate Program, or come over here to the right-hand sidebar, right-hand upper corner, Groove Partner Program. Here you can click on links, copy over this link, and then head back to GrooveKart. Now, you can select only the part of the text that you want to link in, and then click this button over here. This is the hyperlink button. Once you paste in your affiliate link, press enter. If you don't press enter, it will not take in the link. If I just leave out from here, it will be displaying nicely, but sometimes it actually turns color blue. So just to override it, I come over here, I select again the piece of text that I want to edit, and I make sure that it is displaying with white color. So I override that with white color. So now it will be displaying really nicely. This text will be showing a different hover cursor. Then when you go over here, it will be displaying a nice hand cursor. Over here, it will be displaying just a text selector cursor when you are on the normal website. So on the right hand side, let's just make sure we save it. On the right hand side, we just need an image, because those logos over here, this is just an image, as you can see. You can find these also on Google, or you can create them yourself by just looking for each of these little, where am I here? Each of those icons, and just constructing something in Canva, Paint, anything that you're using. Okay, so we'll be finishing this up very soon. Let me just put this in here. There we go. So this is the image. Make sure we save it, and then we are done. If you want, you can also do some spacing, like oops, like push this text a little bit lower by the margin, and make sure that it looks in the same level as the buttons on here. There we go. So now this is our footer. Let's have a look at the live site if all the changes took place. Yep, it looks really nice, I believe, and it is functioning. So these are links. This is a paragraph text. These are buttons. This is also clickable. And now we are finished with our footer. So this is done. Let's just mark it as done. Let's just go on and edit the product page. Okay, so this is what we are working now, editing the product page. The product page is something that people go to when they actually want to purchase your product. So if I would click this button over here, I would go onto the product page. We already have product pages set up, and it will be nice and easy to actually set this up for ourselves. So there's not a lot of thinking about it. if you come onto your GrooveKart and you are in the builder, you click pages, click product page, and just choose, just have a look how they look like. I chose the first one, the product layout with bumps, okay? And you can also start custom, but I just went with this one. And then I went in and then started deleting the first part over here, your product's title. I made sure that I have Oswald, I have bold, I have a big, nice and big title in a black color over here. Also space below that and a little bit of space above it, like that. Then if you have a look over here, this is what we did now. So we set up so that our title is nice, bold, big, and black. Then the next section is this counter we want to put with a red background. So we can just click on this part over here, and inside the settings, on the right hand side, sorry guys, on the right hand side in the settings, we can actually set up the background color. And I just chose this red. And that's basically it. I will not touch anything else. This short product description, I don't necessarily need, because you can see we don't necessarily need it because we created a full-on page with a description. So I just don't want it there. But I want to modify this page to be very, very similar to this page over here. And this page was was something I was modeling towards. I want the actual, I don't need the words was and current price or something like that, was and now. I don't need this. And I want the crossed over price to be black and the actual price to be red. Okay, so this is what we want to do here. So I don't need the was and I don't need the now. So when you try to delete it at this moment, have a look at here. We are on the right hand sidebar over here, and I want to delete the was. You cannot, it pops back. See? I found a workaround. If you come in front of the W and you press the space button, then you press 2 times delete, then it actually deletes the whole section. There is only one blank space in there. Okay, so the old price font settings, I want it to be black, and I also want it to be a little bit smaller. Let's just say 20, 22. You can leave the font. You can also change it to the desired ones. I'll just change it, and now you can leave it, you can delete it. The same thing. You press the space in front and you keep pressing the delete buttons just so that you delete it. And then after that, you can change it to the color that you want. You can change it to the red, or actually not this one. You change this one, the current price, to red. Okay, and then you also want to switch over the font color. There we go. Open Sans. And the font weight, I want it to be bold. There we go. And now we have what we did on the previous page. I actually like the now, so I just delete that space. It pops it back. So I'll change that one as well to the same color, bold. So now $15. Okay. Good. We have these variations. This is what we're editing, ships from. Okay, we have the variations. We decided the color over here. You can choose the design, you make it rounded or you make it more square. You can choose the label color, background color, selected variance color. I just want it to be green. The selected variation color, I want it to be green. So I'll just hover over the actual green color that I'm using on the whole site, and I'll just add it on here. There we go. It doesn't display because this is just a dynamic page. So everything that you see here will be filled in by the actual product settings. Okay. The next step is a button. I don't want a button like this, but I actually want a button, which is a product element, cart, add to cart buttons, and it is a square button. So I'll delete this green button. I'll click on the blue button that I just pulled in from the elements. I will go to settings and I'll make sure that it is full width, okay, like this. And you can also set it up to have an icon, arrow, place it on the right hand side like this, so the arrow on the right and the icon position on the right itself. Add to cart. It is add to cart. There we go. So that is basically it. Now we go to the style. The style of the background is the same green that I have copied in. There we go. And I want to change the text style. I want to make it this Oswald. I want to make it a bit bigger like that. And I want to make it bold or semi-bold. But I also want to make the button a little bit smaller. 7 seems like a good number over here. And now we have an add to cart button that is nice, big and bold and has an arrow on it. This special offer, I don't necessarily need it. So I'll just click on it and click the trash can icon. I don't need this paragraph text. I don't need the more details. I just want this, but below here, I would like to add on one more image for this safe checkout. So I'll just come into the elements, click the global elements, media, pull in an image just below the add to cart button. In here, I can select my image that I used. Let's just use this minimized compressed image already. It is nice, but I just want to add on a bit of spacing on here so that it is like this way. Okie doke. So the customer reviews, they are nice, but I don't want the pink color. I want my own brand color, which is this green. Once I set this up, it looks immediately better. I don't want everybody to be able to write this review. And yeah, we're kind of finished. So let's just make sure that we save it, and we'll be able to test this only later once we add it on a product. But at this moment, I believe it looks good. Most probably we'll need to adjust a little bit of spacing on here, so that will come back on, and then we'll modify that. But last thing I actually forgot is below the price, I want to add on included or tax included. I want it to be on the left hand side, to be open sans, and 16 font is good enough. Maybe we can add on spacing on top and bottom of this section, just so that we don't necessarily have to come back at a later point. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. So this is now our product page. It has a nice big title with this, how many people are previewing it. This is the price. We can actually try to make this price a bit bigger. Let's leave it like this. And yeah, we are finished with the actual product page. So where we are, here is our presentation. So the product page is also done. Let's just highlight it. Let's just add on a product. So in case you haven't done this yet, I will show you exactly how to do it. How do we go on and edit a dropshipping product from AliExpress? We make sure we saved the actual page. We can come on here to the upper right hand side corner and then just open the GrooveKart admin panel in the new tab. This is now our backend dashboard of GrooveKart. I can come over here to products, print on demand and drop shipping. And you can, if you have a Dropify account, you can use Dropify. In case you have Slingly, you can use Slingly as well for your products. You can use Printful, Pure, and Multiscape for print on demand products. In this tutorial, I want to actually pull in that trimmer from AliExpress. So in order to do that, I just need to click on the Learn More. I need to switch on the Ali Connect app. This gets me a nice cogwheel, or a gear, as in America they say, a gear. Okay, so once you click on it, this is where the GrooveKart Ali Connect platform, or the extension, or the app is added on. So now we need to make sure we install the Chrome extension, and once we do, it will be looking like I'm pretty sure I added it on, but let's just see where it is. Okay, here it is. This is the red one over here in the corner. You're probably not seeing it very well, but this is the GrooveKart add-on. Once we click on it, we need to actually go to AliExpress to use it. So let's just type in aliexpress.com, and then in here, this red icon will turn to a different color once we set it up. We immediately see click to set up Ali Connect, and this is where we can set up the platform, the app, to work with our store. Now at this moment, my Ali Connect app is set up with a previous store, with this store that I already created, that you can see here. So we'll need to just bring over the details from the new store. So the URL for a Chrome extension will be lemon.groovekart.com. We come to AliExpress and we place that in here. Lemon.groovekart.com is the store URL. If we come back over here, the username is this one. We copy it over, back to AliExpress. We paste that in here. And then this token is this one. There we go. Once we are finished, we click submit and it says authenticated successfully. Great. Now that we did this, now we can go on and search for products. You would need to sign up. You would need to create an account and sign up with AliExpress. I already had an account created, so I'll just use that one. Okay, there we go. I signed in, or I logged in, and now I just want to type in steel grass trimmer. There we go. So now you can find your product, or I believe it was wire glass trimmer. There we go. So this is the product I imported. You can see this sold 769, this sold 165, and so on, 104, and so on and so on. The more it sold, the more people are using it. So this one sold 2,177. It is $12 until $12 to $14, and so on. So you can have a look at which product sold how many pieces, and then decide which one is the best. I'll just go with the first one. It is $9 till $12. So I'll just click on it, and here now you have on the upper right hand side corner, you have a choice to add it to GrooveKart, or click to set up Ali Connect again. We've already set up Ali Connect, this app, so we can just click and add the product to our store. Here you can decide what name you want it to be. I will just type in indestructible trimmer. You can set up the prices. You can also set up the ships from. So if you want, you can leave China, United States, Spain, so on and so on. In case you hover over this one, it says click to remove this value. So I don't want people to know that it is also coming from China, and I just wanted to say Russia. Ships from United States, Spain, Russia, or France. I believe this is more than enough. If you click submit, you get the actually you get the actual product pushed over to your store. Now, where does that show up? Let's just go over here to the Ali Connect platform that we have in our GrooveKart store. Let me just zoom in. You have here the Ali Connect settings. As you can see, if you head over to the products, this is where the product will be that you pushed over from the AliExpress store. So click add to my store, and it is now importing. It is importing the description, importing the prices, importing the settings, importing the store. It's basically connecting and making sure that if somebody purchases through your own store, that you can fulfill it in just a couple of clicks. Okay, adding to my store, you can see it is completed. Now, that is all we needed. We can now go to the products, and we click products, my product. My products. We can see that this is the indestructible trimmer is over here. We had a couple of other products on here for previous tutorials, but let's just go in and edit it. We want to modify it because we don't want to sell it at $9. This is the actual normal price of the product. So we can now change the product name, add on tags. For a one product store, it's not necessary, but here it is asking us to put a category. So we can do a category. We'll try to do product, or just type in like this, product. Let's see if we can create. Okay, there we go. So I'll just click on the actual category that I just created, and we can see the descriptions. The description was pulled in from AliExpress automatically, and you can see the full product description is already filled in with some images, with some details, specifications, and so on. I don't want these details in here, so actually I set up my product page to not display this, so it doesn't matter if I have it or not. SEO, indestructible trimmer, this is the title, as you can see here. This is how it will be displaying. Meta description, you can edit. You can also add on the open graph settings. This is when somebody shares the link out to a social media platform or something. You can add these on. I will not modify this. Advanced settings, product dimensions, so on. I'll just leave it out. Let's click the save button and continue on to images. You can choose which product you want to be the actual main product image. I will probably just put this as a cover image. It looks a bit more professional than the other one. So I set up, okay, I want this as a cover image. Let's just click save. There we go. Once we save it, then this hops over. Pricing and variants. This is where I want to set up my prices. As you can see that the variant is ships from, so people can choose where they want it to be shipping from, but we can set up the prices. So I want my prices to be to bulk edit the variants. So you can edit all of them separately. Like if it ships from United States, I want it to be this price. If it's shipping from here, I want it this price. If you open this bulk edit or bulk variants edit, you can set it up yourself. So I want to sell it for, I don't know, the normal price is $69.97, but I want to actually sell it for $49.97. Okay, apply, and now all of the variants will get the same price. Let's just click save. Okay, and that's basically it. You can also set up quantity discounts as it is on the normal, on the original site. In case somebody purchases 2, they can get 10% off. In case they purchase 3, then they get 15% off, and so on and so on. I will not use it on this tutorial, but you can also set it up by just sorry guys, by just setting up the quantity discount over here. So in case somebody purchased 2, then the discount is that much in percentage or in dollar, and so on. I'll just not set this up. I want to go into the settings because this is the important part. You know that we we set up the product layout with bumps. This was the name of the actual page that we were modifying for the product page. This, what you're seeing now, this is the actual product page that we set up. This is called product layout with bumps. In the actual number 4 settings of the product, you can choose which layout you want, and you need to make sure that you choose the one that you actually edited. You can also set up one-click upsells, bundles, instant checkout, and related products and things like that. But as this store is a one product store, it is not making sense. You can do one-click upsells for selling multiple of the same products. Like somebody purchased one of your products, you can upsell them another. Okay, buy now another one. I'll not show this in this tutorial. We'll do upsells and downsells and bumps for another tutorial. But let's just go on to the review section. And this is what's funny. I didn't even know that this exists. In case you pull in your product from AliExpress, you can import the reviews from AliExpress. So you can put all stars, 5-star, 4-star. Let's just do 5-star without pictures, with pictures. Let's just do without pictures. Sort by default. Let me just zoom out so that we can see more. Sort by default, without addition, no feedback from countries, and translate. So let's just leave 5-star and import 100 reviews. Okay, it's importing. And this is where you get the reviews. Look at this, guys. It was super quick to actually generate the reviews. I'll not go through all of them, but in case you want to see what the review is, you click on the preview. This order is satisfied. Took a brother for work. He's very pleased. Delivery is fast. I ordered from Russia. It came in a box. Seller recommended. Last photo is like at the end of the world. Blah, blah, blah. So basically, you can read through, and in case you're happy with it, you approve. In case you're not happy with it, you decline. Or in case you want, you can also go in and then modify the actual review yourself. That's also an option. So pending reviews, we can come over here. I don't want this one because I don't understand this review. Let's just preview this one. Very quick, good communication, good quality, good seller. Perfect. It's an amazing review. So let's just see this one. Delivered 3 days. Thank you to the seller for speed. Awesome. Approve. And let's just do 2 more. Let's just preview this one. The quality is good. Very pleased. Happy surprise. Okay, it's a good review. You can also import some of the lower scored reviews so that correspond to description. This delivery is quite fast. Okay, let's just approve this one and then continue on. So this is, you can import the reviews from AliExpress by just coming to the review section, and then that is it. Final actions you can set up in case you want the product you want to display the product on the website. Of course you want. Choose where to show your product. You want it everywhere. Additional actions for the product. You can duplicate the product, add a new product in case you don't want to go out and then do it. But since this is a one product store, we'll just click save, and we can now preview the product. Okay, and this is how it looks like on the page. So indestructible trimmer, how many people are reviewing it? As you can see, this is a text for including shipping or including tax, so it didn't take, so we'll just need to modify it. There is a problem with the icon, so we can remove the icon on there, and we can just change from where it is shipping from, and that is basically it. It didn't take also the pricing that we set up in bulk, so we'll just need to go over back and then edit that in the variant section. So actually we want the price to be, let's just do 69.97, and we didn't select them, so we need to select it and then we can change it. And the price at this moment we want to sell 45.97. Okay, apply. Now they are applied. Okay, so this problem is sorted. So we just forgot to click this button at the beginning. Make sure we save it. Another issue that we had was with the actual text included over here. Let's just copy this over. Hit the button, click on the button again, save. and then reload the product page. There you go, tax included. We just need to fix the icon over here. You can remove the icon, we don't need it. List doesn't have an icon. Let's just click it, click the save button. Sorry guys. Hopefully this one's saved. Let's refresh and see. Bam. So we now created a product page. We added on a product, we imported it. We have a nice shipped from layout. We can add it to cart. We can go and proceed to checkout. And then in the checkout page, this is modified from the previous tutorial I did. But that's basically it. So we added on the product, and we just need to connect the product page to the actual to the buttons on the home page. So now that we have the product page, indestructible trimmer over here, and as you can see, everything is nicely sorted, we can come onto the home page. So click the pages, click on the home page. If you remember those green buttons that we were putting in here, we didn't link them up to anything. So we can now go into settings. We can link them to a product. By name, we type in trimmer. Yeah, we need to actually reload the builder because it was not reloaded from when we added on the product. So let's do it again. We go to settings, product by name, and then trimmer, and it is finding the trimmer immediately. Okay, this is now done. Let's come over here, do the same thing. Not page, but product by name, trimmer. Okay, this one as well. Link type, product name, trimmer. Over here as well, product by name, trimmer. And let's see if we have any more buttons. We didn't put any more buttons. Let's click the save button. And I believe we are finished, guys. This is now a 2.5 hour tutorial. It is a bit more in depth, and it took a little bit of time to actually set it up, but now we have it up and running. So in case you want to see and preview it, how it looks like, you can go to lemon.groovekart.com. I'm not quite sure how long it will be staying, so in case you're watching the replay, if you don't see it, don't be angry. I'll use this demo GrooveKart store for multiple different tutorials. So at this moment, lemon.groovekart.com, in case you're watching live, this is what you see. This is the live version of the site. In case somebody wants to purchase this one, clicks this button, they go onto the product page where it says the product details. They can go and review the products. They can choose from where to ship. They can add it to cart. They can also see the customer reviews, the reviews that we added on from AliExpress itself. We have a really nice looking footer. We have a really nice looking alert bar. The only thing we're missing is just the logo. So let's just go on to the back end of the store. Oops, not so far. Let's go from here to the admin panel. I now have a lot of tabs open. We can close this one and this one and this one. So now that we are in the back end of our store, we can go into settings, store information. And this is where we add on our logo. So we upload our logo into the logo section. So store information, this is where we upload our logo. We can come in to the one product store and choose their own logo. Indestructible, use the full image, or you can also crop it to use the cropped version of the image. Once you click save and you see data updated successfully, you get the actual page to upload. You get the page to upload, and this is now the live version of the site that you can visit yourself with the updated logo on here. So in case we click the logo, we come to the home page. The logo is also updated on here, and we are done. So guys, this is the store we built out today. We imported the product, we imported the reviews, we connected the product page, we modified the product page, and yeah, I believe everybody can do that. In 2.5 hours, we created a custom-made store. Okay, granted, for yourself, it will be a little bit longer because you need to pull in the creatives, you need to construct the text, but it doesn't have to be complex. You can use something like this for yourself, and you can make it up and running in a day in case you have all your elements like images, texts, you have everything put in together. You can set up a dropshipping one product dropshipping store that is modeled after a 7-figure dropshipping store. You can get it up and running, if not in a day, 100% sure within a week. You can set up your texts and images and collect all the necessary details you need. Also work on your ads and the creatives to promote the store. But you've seen, all is already inbuilt into GrooveKart, and people that are on the free account as well, they have access to this one. So it's just amazing. This app for pulling in reviews from AliExpress costs $50 to, I don't know, $60 per month just so that it is up and running. And now this store doesn't cost me anything. It can be up forever, and I don't have to pay not even a dime for Oberlo, for AliExpress reviews, for anything like that. Is up and running, and even if I don't sell, it is not, I'm not losing money. I'm just making money if I manage to sell something. So it's amazing. And if you don't use this one, you should really. Yeah, so that is the video for today. This is what I wanted to talk to you about. Now we have a little bit of time. I will take 15 minutes, and I will put a timer here for myself. If you want to have a look, I will just turn on the timer for 15 minutes. Just so that I answer some of your questions, we can get started now. Okay. How is traffic driven to your one-item GrooveKart store since you're changing the name of the product slightly? At this moment, I will not drive traffic to this store. This was just a design hacking store for learning, for teaching you. But from this type of build, from this type of store, you can learn a lot. If I would run traffic to a store that I created for my product with my name, with my brand on it, I would do paid traffic just to get started very quickly. I would do videos for the ads. I would do also creatives, and I will do a different variations of the creatives to run on Facebook ads, to run in Pinterest as well. And YouTube is huge. So in case you don't find YouTube to run paid ads, just find influencers on YouTube that are in DIY and then gardening and things like that to promote for you. You can give them like $50, $100, but they will do a video about your product. They would do your link on there, and it's just like up and running for a long time. Let's just see any other questions. Why not product on my GrooveKart? I don't have product elements together with global elements. You should have that on the product pages. The product pages have these product elements. The homepage doesn't have the product elements. This is just a dynamic elements on the product pages, and there is no dynamic elements like that on the home pages. When can we edit the nav bar part from selecting predefined fixed styles? So you're talking about the header or the navigation menu that is coming soon. I believe within a month we will have multiple different header styles, or even the header builder, which will be very similar to the footer builder. As we created the footer this way, I believe we'll be able to create our own header as well at a certain point. Can we put the menu on the right side? You can choose between different versions of headings, menus, but that's just, don't fret about it. You have working models of menus that you can choose from. Just pick one and go with it. What's the Chrome extension to copy the color code? It's called Color Pick Eyedropper. You can have a look in the right hand side corner of here. Basically, it says Color Pick Eyedropper. Just type that into Google and then you'll find it. Hi David, can you please make a video on connecting GrooveKart to Google Merchant Feed? At this moment, not, because I need to test it out. Once I did test it out, then I will be able to teach you guys. Amazing training, thanks Lemon. A quick question: is it possible to recruit affiliates to promote my physical products in GrooveKart? GrooveKart doesn't work with an affiliate program at this moment. There is no affiliate system to promote your own products in GrooveKart at this moment. You can with GrooveSell, but not with GrooveKart, unfortunately. And then the same question, or the same comment again. Let's just see if there are. Okay, so Marvin saying awesome lesson, thank you very much. Bill saying yay, good job, thanks. Awesome. Bum, bum, bum. On your homepage, can you manipulate the image so that the person's head is showing? I'm having a great deal of trouble making my image look right. On a homepage, can you manipulate the image so that the person's head is showing? If you're talking about the same page image over here, let's just see. Yeah, probably yes. So let's just go on and then type in here administration. Okay. The GrooveKart.com, I type in administration and it pops me into the dashboard immediately, because I'm already logged into my Groove account. Now I'm logged out, but let's just go back to basics, app.groovefunnels.com, GrooveKart. Let's go back to the lemon.groovekart.com back office. In here, I can go into the builder. And to modify, at this moment, the sizing is a bit hard to modify the actual width and height of the whole section. If you did already some spacing and the padding on here, you can modify the margin, and you can also try to add on extra padding on here just to make it a bit more bigger. Okay. Another tip that I could give you is put in extra rows on here and on the bottom on here. This will make the whole section bigger. So let's just preview how it looks like now on the page. Sizing option in GrooveKart is not added yet, so let's just refresh. Just save it one more time. Okay. If you refresh, it is basically the same for some reason. Let's just see if we can add on. This is how the template designer is working with it as well. I'm not quite sure why it is not showing up, but this is another trick that you could use with the padding and margins, just to put in rows over here and then make those bigger. This is how we added it on the template itself. You'll see there is a pink block, which is having the same setup with these empty rows. I'm losing time. I have 8 minutes left. Let me just answer some other questions. Are you using free StreamYard account? No, we have a paid account. Are you using OBS? Yes, I'm using OBS. How do you use the green screen background for training, David? I love that. I actually have just a normal green screen. I use OBS to put an image, and then on the image I set up different scenes. I'll be doing a tutorial on that later on. Glad to be here. I always takes away some great knowledge from David. Thank you very much. Can you share the template? I cannot share the template in GrooveKart. You cannot import templates, themes. You cannot export them yet. This is being worked on. Any update on webhook feature? I want to send order information to other apps. I do not use Zapier. Most probably not. You can use Zapier at this moment using webhooks in GrooveKart. That is probably not something that you can do now. When you put delay on a page, is that delay from page one? Okay, I believe this is to Groove pages. I will answer this question when I'm doing a Groove pages training. Good. Let's just see. Is there a way to set up a domain for every product store? Yeah, absolutely. So every product has a backend. And let me just come over here into the backend. Every product that you set up in GrooveKart will have its own store domain settings. So inside the settings, you go to domain, and each store separately you can set up with a separate custom domain. Do you have a domain that you would like to use in GrooveKart? Yes, you can connect it over here, save the domain, then you can modify the DNS records once it's done. Um, there are also tutorials on how to connect that, but it's pretty simple. Just type in your domain here, for example, GrooveAdvisor.com. You click save domain. You will get some of your details that you need to connect with your domain registrar, which will be name service. You get those name servers from here. You connect them with your domain name registrar. For example, here you can see these are the domain name servers. You connect them, and then you are good to go. Then you have grooveadvisor.com and not your GrooveKart domain. That's already available for each of the stores that you create, even for free. Let's see how many minutes. 6 minutes, a couple more. Amazing training, quick. Okay, I answered this question. There were a couple more up here. Can't I have my own page so people can promote my page with their own affiliate link? I'm not quite sure what this is for. People can promote my page. I don't understand your question, and I don't know who you are. What video tools are you using so that you can create a video of yourself on the side? I use Loom. When I'm doing these short announcements and short tutorials for the group, I do use Loom. For these longer videos, for these longer trainings, I do the training using StreamYard. StreamYard is a platform to stream on multiple platforms at the same time. And I use OBS, which is a platform you install on your computer, which allows you to modify the layout like this, like this, like this, and so on. So that's the tools I use. Any timeline on when we'll have cloning and making this template? So templates are coming soon. I don't know when you will be able to get things cloned. Okay, for SVG files and then for WebP images, I already answered this one from Bob. Bob asked if we can use SVG or WebP images. That is not available at this moment in GrooveKart or Groove Pages. So both of those, they don't have this option yet, but this is going to be added at a later point. Their contact us page isn't connected. I wouldn't trust them and order from them personally. That's fine. This is why you are here. You have the option to create something similar, even very, very, very modeled after them, but just make sure that you are better. Mark, contact page is not connected. In case you feel like that, then you can create a store, create something that will make sure that is better than the previous ones. So for example, the contact us on here, there is no contact form available because I didn't set it up, and this was expected. I told everybody that I will not be setting this up today. According to this, the additional steps, legal pages, about us, contact us, tracking page will not be in this tutorial today. I'll leave it for another section, but we are at this Q&A session now. Yeah, so I am where I am. I'm here with a timer. How I upload and name URL? Please show shortly. The URL, I mean your domain. This is in the settings. I showed it previously. You go into your settings, domain, and you connect your domain over here. So this is what you need to do. And then your homepage would be at yourdomain.com. Your product page would be at the domain that you set up in the product section. So we set it up to be indestructible-trimmer, and this is the domain. So in case we go and preview this, you can see lemon.groovekart.com/product/indestructible-trimmer. Okay, so this is what we set up here. Yes, 2 more minutes. Is that image stretching available in Groove Pages? This is not available in Groove Pages. This is just a GrooveKart option at this moment. when can we expect GrooveBlog to be active? This is not related to this training, but this is going to be coming soon. Carlos, regarding domains, I mean, if I have many product stores in the same GrooveKart store, you can use one domain with one store. You cannot have many domains. You can use, you can try and use subdomains, but I don't suggest it. Just use one store and use the proper naming sequence, like with the URL on each of the products. You can name them properly by going into the actual product and then into the SEO over here. This is where you add a friendly URL of the product itself. So this is where you set up the friendly URL. So if you would have Carlos at carlos.com / your product name, this is more than enough already. Some other stores don't even do that. I don't know what you want to set up in case you want to have each of your products to have a different domain name. That is not going to be working, but don't complicate it. Try to find the most simple way, even if it's not the most professional way. Try to find the most simple way that works right now, and then you can complicate it later on. One more minute, but let's see if we have anything else. Is there okay, so this was already a question. How can I set up a cart abandonment email if we do not have GrooveMail integrated already? GrooveKart already has its own system for abandoned emails, which is built in. If you come to GrooveKarts, in case you go to orders, or here you have abandoned carts. Let me just make it a bit bigger. Here you have in the GrooveKart orders, you have abandoned carts. You can set up your sequences to be sent out by GrooveKart itself. You can do discounts, 5% after 2 days, coupon validity, and so on. So this is already available on here. So each of the orders, if it is not fulfilled, if it is not if somebody didn't go through the checkout, then they will be showing up here. Then you can set up automatic abandoned cart sequences that are going out, and here you can edit your email templates. There we go. So we have answered 15 minutes of Q&A. Hopefully I answered some of your questions. I know I had to go a bit faster, but it's already been 3 hours and I wanted to wrap this up within the 3-hour time. So great job. Thank you very much. Thank you guys for being here, for watching. I hope I helped you, and I hope now you can go out there and start your one product stores, model it after something that already works. Make sure you put your knowledge and just don't make it perfect. Doesn't have to be perfect, just have to be up there, and then drive traffic to it. While you're driving traffic, you can still change things over on your page, but just don't get into that procrastination because you want it to be perfect. Don't make it perfect. If you do what I showed you now, it is more than enough already to actually start running traffic to it. So yeah, that's all you need to do. I'm wrapping this up, guys. Thank you very much for being here one more time, and hopefully see you on the next trainings. Bye for now.